votes in a neighborhood, right? That can mean a single vote in an apartment, in a dorm room. So if there's anybody here, anybody that you know in your lives, who might be thinking that their vote doesn't matter, you know? That their involvement doesn't count, that somehow in this complex political process that ordinary folks can't possibly make a difference. See, I want you all to think about that number. Think about 69 votes. And I want you to think about how with just a few evenings on a phone bank, with just a few weekends knocking on doors, with just a few of you, look at this campus. All of you here, if you activate that enthusiasm, right here, you could swing an entire precinct for Barack Obama. And if we win enough precincts, we will win the state. And if we win Nevada, we will be well on our way to putting Barack Obama back in the White House. Anniversary present. Here's something you can do from now until November. We are going to need every single one of you to work like you've never worked before. Truly, 34 days. That's how much time we have left, and that is not a long time in any campaign. It is time to get started, so we've got to turn all this energy into action. We've got to work to the very end, take nothing for granted, so we need you to sign up. And one of our volunteers here today, you can find them. You can sign up to make phone calls, knock on doors, help get the vote out here on this campus and out in the community. But more importantly, we need every single one of you to talk to everyone you know, just like Irene said, your friends, your neighbors, that cousin you haven't seen in a while, you know, the one that's not registered to vote. You know that one. That kid sitting next to you in your class, you know he's not registered. Talk to those people in your lives. Tell them what's at stake. Remind them of all the things that this president has accomplished, and make sure that you and they register to vote by October the 6th. That's in a couple of days. All right? We only have a limited amount of time, so all the students here, if you're fired up and you think you want to vote, you have got to be registered by October the 6th. All right? So you should just do that today, all right? Just register to vote today. And then once you folks in your lives are registered, then make sure everyone gets to the polls and casts their ballot on or before Election Day, because early voting starts on Saturday, October the 20th. So you don't have to wait until Election Day. People are voting right now in states all over this country. Election Day has started. People are voting. So we need as many of you as possible to vote early, because if you vote early, number one, you won't forget to vote on Election Day. And then you'll have a lot of time to figure out when you can really vote, when it's easy, you don't have to wake up, set your alarm, you just vote. And then once you vote early, you can spend Election Day, like I'm gonna spend Election Day, working to get other people to the polls, right? So if anybody of you needs to know where to go or what to do, and you just go to one of our websites. Go to vote.barackobama.com. Vote.barackobama.com, and there you can find out everything you need, all the dates, where you need to go, what you need to do, but make sure your voices are heard on Election Day. We got it? So here's the thing. Yes, indeed. Vote the party and have his back. But let me tell you something. I'm going to be honest with you. This election and this journey is going to be hard. Know that. Know that in your minds. It's going to be hard. And these next days are going to feel long. And there will be plenty of ups and downs all the way until the end, all right? Know that. But when you get tired, and you will, and when you start to think about taking some time off, and you will, I just want you to remember that what we all do for the next 34 days will absolutely make the difference between waking up the day after Election Day and asking ourselves, could we have done more? Or feeling the promise of 4 more years. So from now until November the 6th, we need you to keep working, all right? Keep struggling, keep pushing forward. Because what I want you to understand is that, again, especially for our young people, that is how change always happens in this country. Real change takes time. It takes patience and tenacity. But understand that if we keep showing up, right? If we keep fighting the good fight, then eventually we get there. In America, we always move forward. Always in this country, we move forward. But maybe not in our lifetimes. See, this is what we all have to understand. Maybe in our children's lifetimes. Maybe in our grandchildren's lifetimes. Because in the end, that's what this is about. That's what elections are always about. Don't let anybody tell you any differently. Elections are always about hope. The hope that I saw in my father's beaming face as I crossed that stage to get my college diploma. The hope that Barack's grandmother felt as she cast her ballot for the grandson she loved and raised. The hope that all of those men and women in our lives who worked that extra shift for us, who saved and sacrificed and prayed so that we could have something more. The reason we're here, the hope that so many of us feel when we look into the eyes of our own kids and grandkids. That is why we're here today. Because we want all of our children in this country to have a real foundation for their dreams. You hear me? We want all of our children to have opportunities worthy of their promise. See, because all of our kids are worthy, and they need to know that. We want to give our children a sense of limitless possibility. The belief that here in America, the greatest country on the planet, there is always something better out there if you're willing to work for it. So see, what I tell myself is that we cannot turn back now. Not now. We have come so far, but we have so much more work to do. So let me ask you this last question. Are you ready for this?